Ukraine wants turbulence inside Hungary. That is the explosive charge from Budapest. Prime Minister Viktor Orbán says Kyiv is not just fighting a war at home, it is shaping politics abroad. The allegation? Financing Hungary's opposition, Tisza party, and leveraging energy pressure ahead of national elections. Budapest calls it a calculated strategy, create economic strain, raise public frustration, and tilt the political balance toward a Ukraine-friendly government.
Ukraine is interested in creating turmoil in Hungary, preferably of a kind where ordinary people bear the cost, thereby contributing to the formation of a Ukraine-friendly government favorable to them. The question is how Ukraine can contribute to a change of government in Hungary. This is what they are thinking about in Kyiv, and they are acting accordingly. We know that they are financing Tisza. This is documented and well known. Then there are attempts like what we are seeing now. If oil does not come from Ukraine, and the Hungarian government cannot ensure the country's energy supply with cheap oil, then fuel prices would rise to that level in Florence, and household utility costs would also increase.
At the heart of the storm is the Druzhba pipeline, the vital artery carrying Russian crude through Ukraine into Hungary and Slovakia. Orbán's government says blocking oil flows would send fuel prices soaring and household costs climbing. The message from Budapest is clear. Energy supply is sovereignty. Hungary will not allow external pressure to dictate domestic political outcomes. The confrontation is widening. Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico has raised the stakes, warning that if oil transit remains disrupted, Slovakia could reconsider emergency electricity exports to Ukraine. Bratislava frames it as a matter of reciprocity. If energy routes are politicized, cooperation cannot remain one-sided.
You know, there is no problem with oil, because we know how to obtain it to Slovakia in other ways besides the Druzhba pipeline. However, it should be realized that the Druzhba pipeline was specifically built for the needs of Slovakia and the Czech Republic. It is a pipeline through which flows, and I know that it will continue to flow further, oil that is specifically technologically designated for processing at the Slovnaft refinery in Slovakia. It is oil that comes at a specific price and with transit fees that were for us extremely advantageous, I can only guess. But it would not be the first time President Zelensky has made a political decision that harms the Slovak Republic. If anyone hopes that by blackmailing with oil pipelines, they are very mistaken.
Ukraine insists infrastructure damage caused the halt and says repairs are complete. The European Commission is now mediating as Hungary and Slovakia lean on reserves and explore alternative supplies. But the larger battle is political. Energy, elections, and EU alignment have collided, and Central Europe is bracing for a high-stakes showdown over sovereignty, supply, and influence.